Okay, so what I want to talk about tonight is how to support someone in the 3-day blitz or the 5-day challenge and drip the business onto them throughout that process in a way that by the time that they're signing up, they're already almost ready to go silver. Because one of the things that I have had so many people tell me from our call here is that they don't know how to bring up the business, and they're waiting for them to have results with the products, and they don't really know how to make that transition. And I remember being that way too. I used to wait for people to have results with the products to share the business with them. In fact, when I was a brand new silver ambassador, I literally used to say, okay, I'm so excited for you to get your products. And, maybe in like a couple months, you'll be ready to share. That was my business sharing. That's what I did to share the business back then. And it was just, I remember I just like pray and pray and pray for the products to come fast. And back then, that's when it was taking literally 3 weeks for people to get their products. So you can imagine why after I had enrolled 27 people, why I wanted to quit, because nobody was sharing, because nobody had their products and nobody was feeling anything. And my whole business plan was for them to get their products, fall in love with them, and post all over social media like I did. And that just is not typical. And we all know that. But it's just, as I look back at how I started, I really try to put myself in like my shoes too, because my products took 3 weeks to come. I didn't want to share until I tried them. So it took over a month from when I ordered to when I posted the first time. So to me, that felt very normal because that's what I had done. So what I have done now with my business is it's been a totally different process, and it's basically evolved over time. But I want to share with you what I do now, because I think it's something that you could probably be doing better if you're not having great success enrolling people and getting them to silver from the 3-day blitz or the 5-day challenge. I can't imagine my business working without this tool. It is something that for me is my biggest money maker. And why is that? Well, because there's only so many times you can follow up with someone about the video you sent them, the health story you sent them. You have to get third-party validation from somewhere. And where I am, the majority of my people that I am signing up are strangers on Instagram. Third-party validation is so key for me. But it's key for anyone. And I think that that's the thing a lot of people think is, I can do it on my own. I don't need that help, or that doesn't work. Maybe you don't believe in the 3-day blitz or the 5-day challenge. So first of all, ways that I have found to be very helpful to get people into the 5-day challenge, obviously direct messaging in the IPA challenges that I do the week before. You guys are seeing all those messages. I literally take the messages that I have been sending and put those there for you so that you're seeing exactly what I'm doing. Then I always do something in my stories. And if you don't have Instagram yet, I think everybody does though, right? Everybody has Instagram, yes? Inside of your stories, and I'm going to show you guys tonight how I did this. Hopefully my phone will work here. But inside of my stories, how I do this is I'm just getting to the post. So I posted about the call that we did tonight for our team. And just when I went through my stories and I was posting videos of, oh, this person's going to speak and this person's going to speak. And I thought, when would I get bored of looking at these and swipe? And right when I felt like I would get bored, I put a poll inside of a story. And can you guys see it? So I put the picture of Katie there, and then in the poll, I put, would you ... And on one side, it said, would you like to listen to the call? And on the other side is, I'm busy, but send me a sample. Can you see that? Is it showing for you guys, or is it too light? Is that working? Yes, thumbs up. Yes, okay. So when you have a story like this in a poll, if you want to see the results of your poll, you go to this in your story and you swipe up. And when you swipe up, it's going to show you who voted for which poll. And when you click on that, you can directly, I don't want to like privacy here, but you can directly message people by clicking the arrow. Can you guys even see it? Sorry, do you see the arrow? You can directly message people who voted on your poll straight from there. So how did I do this? I went to the poll on my story, I swiped up, it showed me the results of my poll, and you can click on both sides of it and then message them with a little arrow. So you can go in and you can directly message them. Now, if you are like me, and this has happened to me about a million times, you forget to go check on your poll, and 24 hours has gone by and the poll is gone. And you're like, oh my gosh, now I have two choices. I can just ignore that I did it and lose all those possible prospects, or I can post again and look like an idiot and be like, so I didn't get the poll, can you guys vote again? I've done all these things, by the way, just so you know, I've done both those two things. Or the third thing that you can do, which is what I do now because someone told me on Instagram when I said, I lost the poll, can you guys vote again? Someone was like, oh honey, did you not know it's in the archive? And I was like, what? And so she told me what that meant. So on your Instagram profile, you can click on if you go to your profile page here, the three little lines in the upper right hand corner, you click on that, and then there's a little clock that says archive. You click on archive and glory be, all of your old posts show up. So you can go back, you can find your poll, you can click on it, you swipe up, and then you see the results of your poll. So is that exciting to anyone but me? Yes, I hope it's exciting to everyone because that was very helpful to me. So I have just found that people are more willing to vote on a poll when asking for samples or a call invite than they are to leave a comment or message me. And I think it's because they, number one, don't think you can see that they voted. Most people don't know that. They're like, oh, when I message them, like, I didn't know you would see that. I'm like, but I did. But a lot of times they don't know, so there's no fear for them. So they just click it, right? And then other times they're just being nice. They're like, oh, I just felt badly for you. There were no votes there, so I clicked it, right? So that happens too. But a lot of the time, what I've found is that when I'm asking like, hey, giving out free samples, if I put a post in my main feed, every once in a while, I'll get one, maybe two people to engage there. But in my stories, if I do a poll saying, send me a sample of slim, active, I get so many people that click on that because they don't have to actually type out, send me a sample. They just go pink and then swipe and move on. So it's just so much easier for people. So I want you to try this tomorrow, Thursday. Try a poll in your stories. And you can even do like a video first and say, oh, hey, you guys, I wanted to share a little bit with you. It's my first story ever. I've never done this before. I'm a newbie, right? Like, if it's your first time, it's fine. Just tell people that. People are really loving and forgiving. So just go for it and just say, you know, I'm sending out free samples, and you can click on this poll right here that I'm going to do. And you can click if you want a sample of my pink drink or my active, and then put the poll in. Do you know how to find the poll? Do you guys know how to create a poll? Now that I'm saying this, I just want to make sure everybody knows. So the way that you create a poll is you go to your story and you click on the little circle here. You click on that and it pulls up this. Now you can, this is like showing all y'all, but you can click a picture. So we'll just, for example, we'll take this picture that I took of Dean's cars tonight. And once you've selected a picture, or you can do a video of yourself first, and before you hit post, whether you've loaded a video of yourself or you've taken a picture, you can click the little smiley face block. And that is gonna pull up all of these things you can add to your story. But on the third column on the left, there's poll. Do you guys see it? P-O-L-L, like voting poll. Can you see it? Somebody tell me if you can see the words. No, you can't see it. Some of you can. It's right here, and it's in blue and green capital letters, almost like an ombre. And it just says poll, P-O-L-L. And so you would click on it and it pulls up this poll box here. And you can move it all around. You can, oh, well, it's not cooperating right now. Just a minute. So I'm just gonna go like this so I can show you this way. How's that? Is that helpful? So then it says ask a question. And then you can say like, I want a sample of, gosh, it's hard to type this way. I want a sample. Oh, good. Kara just put the screenshot inside of our accountability thread. I want a sample of ... And then you can go into the poll right here, you guys, and click on it and delete the word yes and write slim and active. And then you can click done, and you can I like to move it down to this right-hand corner, because I know everyone is taking their thumb and going, next, 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 swipe, next, 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 swipe. So I know it's gonna be easy for them to be like, yep, I do want a sample of Slim, boom. Well, it's not gonna do that for them, but does that make sense why I'm doing that in that way? So, and then you just click add to story, and then you'd be able to go back and find it that way. Okay, so that is something I want you all to try, because people are gonna come out of the woodwork the more that you do this and the more that you pull P-O-L-L people, okay? So it's just a really great way to find those people that you can't find through messaging, or you've messaged them but they haven't responded. So let's say now you have 5 people, 1 person, whatever it is, who have said, I want a sample. What I do when someone asks for a sample is I send them a message and I say, oh, hey, I saw that you were wanting a sample of my pink drink. I'm so excited to send that to you. What's your address? And in that same sentence, after that, I go, just a thought, I'm gonna send you this free stick of Slim regardless, but we're doing this 3-day challenge that starts next Monday. And if you'd like to buy 2 sticks of Slim from me for $4, normally it'd be $6 for 3, but if you just, I'm gonna send you the free one regardless, but if you just wanna send me $4 in Venmo, PayPal, whatever, I'll throw in an additional 2 sticks of Slim, and you could do our 3-day challenge starting next week, full of info and prizes and free stuff, so that you could learn a little bit more about it. Would you be interested in doing that? So, so does that, why is it doing this? You guys, my Zoom is like, did you guys notice Zoom changed this time? Have you guys noticed that? It's like popping up things in my, it's so weird. Sorry. Okay. Anyone can do this. Okay. So, so once you give them that option and you say like, which is best, on a 5-day challenge, I would definitely say, so I would just charge $2 for every stick of Slim to make it easy. So if a 5-day challenge is coming up, then you're gonna say, I'm gonna send you this free one anyway, but if you wanna just complete the deal, if you wanna give me $8, then I'll put another 4 in with it, and you can do the 5-day challenge with us next week. Prizes, fun community, learn about the products, get a little taste for what it's about. Would you be interested? Or which sounds best is what I always do, because I'm already sending you one. So which sounds best? And almost every time they want to upgrade. Almost every time. Now, if they tell me if they tell me that they don't want to upgrade, and I don't charge for samples anymore, but I used to. When I built my business to diamond, I always charged for samples. So when they would tell me no, they don't want to upgrade, if it was someone that I was really, really wanting to do it, I would just say, you know what, I'm just going to throw these in for you. If I just sent you them for free, would you want to do the group? I'm really wanting you to get a good feel of this. And they always say, well, yeah, right? And then I make sure to add them to the Facebook group before I pop that baby in the mail, okay? So, and on Instagram, I always have to ask, are you on Facebook? And then I'm like, please, 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 right? So, so yes, so that is one way to do it. With a 3-day blitz, if you can afford it, if you have one person that has messaged you, I'd probably just say, hey, you know, I'm going to send you this 1 stick of Slim, but you know, we have this 3-day challenge coming up next week. If I popped 2 extra sticks in with it, would you be interested in joining this group on Facebook where we talk about information and health stories and you can win products? If I sent these extra sticks of Slim, would you be interested in learning in a group like that? And if they say no, then I save my money and I just send them the 1 stick of Slim. And then I follow up with them and I do send, share, invite. Send the Wistia link video. What interested you the most about it? Share the health video that relates and validates whatever it is they're interested in getting out of Plexus. Then if they still are, then make a product recommendation and give pricing. And if they're not ready, then again, you can circle back around to a 5-day challenge, a 3-day blitz, a product call like we did tonight, a virtual event, a sip and see, any sort of invite event thing in that process. And if at any point it's not going perfectly, like we were talking about with Joey earlier, if it's not going perfectly, you just circle back around and find out where you lost them and go back to relationship building mode and then revisit it again. So any questions on that, you guys? No? Okay. So yes, Kara.
I was just wondering, I don't often pay for samples either because it's just easier. Mm-hmm. But sometimes, a lot of the times, I feel like they aren't as engaged because if they get something for free, they're not committed to it.
Yep.
So what have you found now charge them ever?
So I feel like it's just a crapshoot, honestly. Like I've just made peace with the fact that if I send it out, I can't expect them to, if they're not paying for it, I can't expect them to be fully invested. But I'm very, very particular about where my boundaries are in sending those things out. So if they're not willing to be in my challenge group, I only send them 1 stick. If they say, yes, I'll be in the group, I go, great, send me your address. Here's the group. Go ahead, accept my friend request. Go to the group. I do not put the sample in the mail until they have gone and joined the group. And that's just to protect my investment because all I'm working with is strangers at this point, right? So I have found that if I control it in that way, it seems to have a better return, because if they will make the effort to send me their address, friend me on Facebook, go click join group, then I know the chances are high that they're going to show up and do it for me. So then I pop it in the mail, right? So usually like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Monday I try and do the poll. I was late today to the game, but yesterday was a crap shoot of a day with my kids. And so I didn't get to it till today. But normally I do the poll on Monday. Then I collect addresses, have them friend me on Facebook, and so your people are most likely already your friends on Facebook. So you might be able to just skip that step, right? But if you can't get them to go click join group, and I send them a screenshot of the group and I say, go visit it now, I've added you. Do you see that I have added you? And they say, yes, I see the notification. Did you click join group? Yes, I clicked join group. Great, let me tag you in the welcome post. Tag in the welcome post. Okay, I tagged you in the welcome post. Can you go say, hi, it's so good to be here? Yes, I can. Hi, it's so good to be here. They have now earned their free samples from me, right? So it's almost like I'm just spoon feeding one step at a time very slowly, and I'm being very direct and very forward and very bossy, but in a nice professional way, right? And I feel like with the amount of money that I'm pouring into them to send out the amount of samples that I send, which is I send more than just 3 sticks of Slim, but for them to get the type of package that I'm sending, they have to do these things or I'm not sending it to them. Because in the past, I haven't been this meticulous, and I'll send out like $30 in samples and then they ghost me. And so just to prevent that from happening, I do it this way now. But even if you're only sending out 3 sticks of Slim, that's a huge investment if you have 5 people, right? And if you're not charging for that, you have to protect that investment. So I would encourage you to be really particular about it in this way. Okay, so you get them in the group, they said hello on the post, or at least you know you can tag them. They're in the group, you've done the hard part. So now you send the samples, it's day 1, the 5-day, the 3-day, whatever it is we're doing has started, and you go, you wake up, you see day 1, post 1. I always just tag on the whatever day we're on, the first post. I don't tag post 1, post 2, post 3. I just do it on post 1. So day 1, post 1, day 2, post 1, day 3, post 1, and so on and so forth. Day 1, post 1. Oh my gosh, we're getting started. So excited. Can't wait to hear what you think of the taste of the pink drink. Here's post 1. I'll message you later. And then I message them and I say, hey, just tagged you on the first post of the day. All the posts are up. So excited to get started. Really looking forward to this week. Did your samples come yet? So then they either totally ignore me for the next 3 to 5 days, or they respond back later that night, or they go comment on the post. Whatever it is, my main motivation here is to try to get them talking back and forth to me and get them engaged with me. I would say like 75% of the time, if I've got them into the group, I've tagged them on the post on day 1, I tag them on the post, and they will either say, great, so excited. And then I'm messaging them and I'm saying, oh my gosh, so excited to get started. I'll check in with you once a day to see how you're liking the posts. And then at the end of every day, I'll message them and I'll say, hey, was there anything that stuck out to you today? And they'll message back and say, oh, I really thought the information on what's in the pink drink was really interesting. So I enjoyed that. Oh, great. What about it was most interesting? Like, was it the ingredients? Was it a story? And they'll say, oh, I never knew that beetroot extract did that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I know, it's so cool. I love the science behind it. And you're just connecting, finding, searching for anything to connect on. The reason why this is going to work so well for people is because it works so well with strangers. Like, I'm literally grasping for nothing, right? With a stranger. You doing this with people is going to be like so much better. Okay, so apply these same principles. You're gonna have a better experience with the 3-day blitz, the 5-day blitz, or the 5-day challenge. Okay, so let's say day 1, they're engaging. They're commenting on every post, and you're telling them, hey, you know, as long as you like and comment on every post, you're going to be entered to win our grand prize and our daily prizes, and they're really good. So like, I really want you to win. So make sure you go. And really, it's just sort of like a test, right? It's just a test. It's like, do they really want to put the effort in? Which is why on the very last day, I always have written in our post, there's still time to go back and enter to win. Make sure you like and comment on every single post. Why do I do that? Because I want the truly dedicated people to stick out. Because maybe they haven't had time to be there with us all week, but when I see like 2 or 3 people like and comment on every single post really, really fast on that last day, I'm writing their names down. I'm like, okay, these are our people that really want to earn the prize. They are here, they're interested, they're invested. So, so you following up on the outside of that, coming and being like, okay, last day, if you want to win those prizes, they are telling you, right? Don't watch what people say, watch what people do. And if you watch what people do, they're going to tell you more than their words will ever tell you, okay? So, let's say they've been liking and commenting every day. Let's just use this as or maybe once or twice. Maybe they engaged on the first day, but you haven't really heard from them. Day 1, I'm always asking them, how are you liking the taste of the pink drink? How's it going? Were you able to do it this morning? And she's like, oh, I forgot. I'm doing it this afternoon. Oh, perfect. Snap a picture of it. Snap a picture of yourself with it when you drink it. Oh, great. Send it to me. I want to see it. Right? So then we have that picture just in the phone. It's there for when we need it later. You never know when they're going to post that, right? So then as they're like, let's say day 2. Day 2, usually there's been some testimonials that have gone up in our group. So on day 2, whether I've heard from them or not, I go, hey, oh my gosh, so excited for you to read the health stories this morning. I've tagged you in the first post. My favorite one is the one with fill in the blank. You're already telling them my favorite one is, so you can find that one. You could even send them a screenshot of what that one looks like. This is what it looks like. I'd love to hear what your favorite one is. I tagged you in the post, right? So then they're going to come to you, hopefully, or you're going to follow up with them at the end of the day or the next morning, and you're going to say, hey, did you ever see that story that I was telling you about? It's just my favorite story. Did you ever get to read it? And they say, no, I just didn't have a chance. Be like, oh my gosh, let me just screenshot it for you right here really quickly. So you can just read it right here. Screenshot the picture and then copy and paste the text and send it to them in private message. And then, but most of the time what I see happen is they go, yes, I saw the story. It was so good. And I say, oh, were there any other ones that you really, really liked? They're like, oh yeah, well, I really liked so-and-so's story. And you go, oh, isn't that so great? I love that story too. And then this is the part that's so important, you guys, because this is the part where you start dripping down the business. I always start dripping the business on day 2 when the testimonials go up. So here's how I do it. I go, okay, now, are there any stories that like reminded you of anyone in your life? Because I know that when I started reading the health stories with Plexus, I called my sister on the phone. I called my mom. I called my best friend. And I was like, you've got to read these stories. Like, it sounds just like you. I know you're looking to lose 10 pounds. To my mom wanted to lose 10 pounds. My best friend wanted to wean off of some things that were causing her problems in her life. My sister-in-law had autoimmune issues. And so I say, is there anyone that you've thought of? And every single time they go, well, yeah, I mean, I've actually been thinking about my 2 daughters. Tell me about them. What are their names? And as she's telling me that, I'm writing them down in my follow-up list. I'm writing her name down and her 2 daughters. And I'm saying, tell me about them. Tell me about your daughters. What are their names? What are their health issues? And I'm writing it down. I'm keeping track of them. Okay. Then when she tells me, well, my one daughter has had stomach issues her whole life, and my other daughter is a night nurse. She's up all night. She's always tired. What do I do next? I go, oh my gosh, I have so many stories, more stories just like this that could help them. Do you think that if you added them to this group that they'd like to do this with you this week? We're not worrying about getting them samples. We're just trying to get them an exposure to the group. She says, yes, okay, invite them to the group just like I invited you, but it doesn't stop there. You then say, would either of them ever want to like hop on a 3-way call with me? We could talk on the phone. I could share my story. They could ask questions, or we could even have you just start a 3-way text message. Would either of those things sound like something you'd want to do just to help them so they don't have to suffer anymore? And every single time they go, well, yeah, I could add them to the group, or yeah, I could start a message, or like what happened this last time is she sent her daughter to my house to get the samples so she could try it, and she ended up signing up and has now 5 people under her team. So, the daughter is who actually convinced the mom to sign up, because I couldn't get her to. But it was me dripping the business on the testimonial day without talking about the business, just sharing the stories, triggering, who does this remind you of? Then learning about her family, then caring about her family, that ended up having her send her daughter to my house, who I talked with, became friends with, signed her up, helped her get her mom signed up, who wasn't going to sign up with me, which I learned later, but I'm so glad she did because she loves the products now. Now her husband's doing it, her other daughter's doing it that we couldn't get to talk to me. And more people are coming on. Her mom's best friend. So it's like, you just never know where it's going to come from. But I promise you, if you start dripping it on in this way, it's going to change your whole outlook to what a 3-day challenge and a 5-day challenge can do for your business. But also, it's going to teach you how to be even better about taprooting before they're even signed up, right? So let's say we get to the end of the 3-day challenge. You've done all of this and you're getting nothing. Like they are like stone facing you, ignoring you. None of it's happening. That happens to me too. Of the 9 people I had in our last 5-day challenge, 4 of them signed up, and the other 2 of them said they wanted to sign up but are completely ignoring me now, have not opened my messages in a week. And then the other one got the samples, still hasn't taken them. Still hasn't taken her samples. She's had the samples for 3 weeks. I'm like, well, we've got this 3-day challenge starting this Monday. Would you like to take your samples with this round? Right? I'm like, she's going to eventually work up the courage to drink the pink drink at some point. So I'm like, but I'm going back to that like relationship building mode with her. It just circles around in cycles. And then there's one other one that loved it and ignored it. And I haven't heard from her since day 1 of the challenge. So I did message her to see if she wanted to come to call tonight. She didn't answer my message either. So just know that the more you do this, the better and better you're going to get. And the more that you're still going to have people that at the end of the challenge don't jump in. But as long as you're doing all of these things the whole time, you are going to start to see more success with these challenge groups, because the challenge group is just the vehicle that you guys both get on the train together and ride on the bus together for 3 days. It's giving you an opportunity to talk to someone on a bus. That's the only way that it's the best way that I can describe it. With a stranger, pretty much the bus ride ends at the end of the 3-day challenge usually, or the 5-day. The friend that you know, you get back on the bus on and off sometimes. Usually with strangers, I have one shot with them and then they disappear forever. But every once in a while, they still surprise me. Like one of the girls ghosted me the whole time and then asked for my website on Saturday after the challenge was over, and I was like, well, I don't really like to give out my website, but I'll send it to you. Just remember the free code is going to expire like Sunday, even though it was Monday. I told her Sunday. I was like, it's going to expire on Sunday. So make sure you do it. And I woke up and she had done it. And I was like, gosh, people surprise me every day. This never happens. So again, people will surprise you sometimes. But if you'll change your habits, you'll change your life, right? Change your habits, change your daily habits of what you're doing to get people into the 3-day challenge and the 5-day challenge. Change your habits about how you support them during that process. Change your habits about how you follow up with them. Change your habits about how you start dripping the business on them on day 2 of when the testimonials start flooding in. You go straight into, oh my gosh, my favorite testimonial is da-da-da. Did you see it yet? Oh, I haven't seen it yet. I'm so busy. Let me screenshot it for you. Send it. Oh, I did see it. Which ones, what other ones did you like? Which one did you like best? This one. Oh my gosh, I know. You know, when I was looking into Plexus and I started reading the stories, I started thinking about people that needed it. Like my mom wanted to lose 10 pounds. My best friend wanted to wean off of things that were a struggle to her. My sister-in-law had autoimmune issues. Have you thought of anyone as you've read these stories? And then boom, there you have it. And then you start taprooting. You're not using the word silver. You're not using the word get your products paid for. You're not using the word let's get our business going. You're literally just helping them think about people in their life that this could help. And then how can you get that person in front of you or in front of your 3-day challenge or 5-day challenge? And you're just slowly spoon feeding, spoon feeding, spoon feeding. Could I take them one more step? Could I take them one more step? And doing this process is going to change those habits. It's going to change your business. It's going to change your life. And I really hope, I know this was super long, you guys, but it's so long overdue. Like, I really want you to start getting so good at this. And it's a system that works every single time. Sometimes they don't sign up during the challenge, but almost every time they'll sign up in the next 6 months or so, unless they ignore you, and that happens too. Any questions? Helpful? Yes? Okay. So sorry I kept you guys up so late. I love you so much. Are you guys okay to meet back here again next Tuesday? Because Wednesday's the last day of the month, and I don't want anybody getting on a call the last 30 minutes. I want everybody working the entire time. I want to be working the entire time because I need to sign up 2 more people or get someone to silver before the end of the month to earn my Nikes. And if you're like, I have nothing, that's fine. You just have 6 people to go or 2 silvers to earn your Nikes. I actually think the silver route is probably the smarter way to go at this point. For me personally, I'm like, oh, that might be easier. But I'm just trying to go both ways and maybe earn 2 pairs of Nikes. And this is the thing that I just want to encourage you to do is go into it not knowing how it's going to work out, but just knowing you are going to make it work. And Kara Allen was a great example of this in her Senior Gold Rank Up month. She said, okay, I am going Senior Gold this month. This is happening. What if you had that attitude about earning your Nikes, earning Leaders Retreat this week? What if you just had that attitude? Like it's happening right now. I'm doing it now. I guarantee you guys, you're going to do it. You're going to do it. And I can't wait to see those graphics rolling through the page. Aubrey earned her Nikes. Joey got 2 pairs of Nikes. Kara earned Leaders Retreat. Candy earned Leaders Retreat. Rihanna earned Leaders Retreat. Like it's all going to just start flooding in. And when one person does it, all of a sudden, everybody thinks they can do it and you work harder. So you be that leader to be like, I volunteer as tribute. I'm going to get it first. I'm going to motivate and inspire the entire team to believe in themselves that they can do it. You be that person. I have chills. I love you so much. And I can't wait to see you guys all earn your stuff. Next Tuesday back here, 9:30, I'll make sure to put it in the thread so that everybody knows. I know it's not our normal day, but I can't ask you guys to get on the last half hour of the month. Like, you have more important things that you need to be focusing on in your businesses. So, all right, we'll be back here a week from tonight. And has anyone got the email yet? Have they sent it out yet? Just be excited. You're going to be so excited. Just work, 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 work. You're going to be so excited. Okay? All right. Bye, guys.